Hi, and welcome to TTM.
Today we have a special guest. His name is Dr. Andrés Mendes.
That's right, this famous physicist created special theories to explain time traveling. Before introducing our guest, I'd like to introduce the topic and a way to understand time. So, what is time? While most people think of time as a constant, physicist Albert Einstein showed that time is an illusion. It is relative. It can vary for different observers depending on your speed through space. To Einstein, time is the fourth dimension. Space is described as a three-dimensional arena, which provides a traveler with coordinates such as length, width, and height, showing location. Time provides another coordinate, direction, although conventionally it only moves forward. You might wonder, how do I know this stuff, or where do I get it? So, in fact, it's just something our special guest left us for having a really big opening.
Welcome, Dr. Andrés Mendes. How you doing?
Hi, thanks for calling me to the program.
Andres, we know you've developed some theories for time traveling. Can you please talk to us about them?
Sure, but first, what about if we talk or discuss about what came before my theories, in what I base my theories, and the topic itself?
I've heard that your theories are based on Albert Einstein theories. Is that true? And also, I have you had a special purpose for such extreme research and investigations regarding time traveling.
You're right. Some of my theories, like the twisting time theory, are based on previous thoughts made by Einstein. Einstein proved that space could be twisted, and so I thought, why time couldn't be twisted as well? And regarding the motive or purpose I've had is certainly my father's death. When I was 10, my father died, and due to this event, I've always tried to go back to the date and avoid my father's death.
Wow, I'm so sorry to hear that. But anyways, it's still a great motive and motivation, I'll imagine. And that's an interesting theory. Can you tell us more about it?
Sure, this theory comes from Einstein, as I said before. So Einstein connected space and time. If space can be twisted, then so can time. Twisted and bent back onto itself to form loops. No longer linear, time becomes a circular highway that can be traveled in both directions, to the past and future. Think of a cup of coffee. The coffee represents empty space. The spoon is the laser steering that space. Drop a coffee bean into the cup and it swirls and swirls in the coffee vortex, pulled around by a process known to scientists as frame dragging. Enough intense swirling, space twists and time twists and loops back on itself.
Whoa, I am quite speechless really.
Don't worry, it's quite normal to be that way. I imagine it sounds complicated, but when you are the creator or, well, the developer of the theory, it's quite easy. And apart from that, I didn't even show you the formula I created for the time twisting movement. Would you like me to show it to you and try to explain it?
Yes, please. It will be a pleasure for me to listen to that.
Well, the formula starts itself with the Greek letter omega and describes how a neutron can be moved or dragged because the space it occupies is being twisted by a laser light.
It's quite amazing all the things you know and all the knowledge you have inside your head. But I've got a little doubt regarding the theory itself. What is exactly the frame dragging process?
Well, frame dragging is an effect on spacetime, predicted by Einstein's general theory of relativity. This is due to non-static stationary distribution of mass energy. But I don't really want to get it, since it's really complicated and it will cause all of you and the audience to understand.
That's very interesting. Do you have any other theories similar to those ones you already talked about?
Yes, another theory I have is called glowing green rings. The current model is a series of stacked ring lasers, each glowing green ring circulating at its level around a glass tube. The whole stack theoretically twisting the space inside.
I'm curious about one thing, Dr. Andres. The past week, I heard about something called wormholes, and that they are related with time traveling. Do you know something about them?
Well, wormholes have never been proven to exist, and if they are ever found, they are likely to be so tiny that a person couldn't fit inside, never mind a spaceship.
So why scientists say that it's possible to travel in spaceships inside those wormholes?
A wormhole will allow a ship, for instance, to travel from one point to another faster than the speed of light, sort of. That's because the ship will arrive at its destination sooner than a beam of light, by taking a shortcut through space-time via the wormhole. That way, the vehicle doesn't actually break the rule of the so-called universal speed limit, the speed of light, because the ship never actually travels at a speed faster than light.
Whoa, that it's really complex, but at the same time, I want to know more about that topic.
I'd love to talk more about it, but I don't know much more about wormholes. Now, both of you tell us what would you do if you were able to travel in time?
Oh, that's a really tricky question. Since you could do really lots of things, but in my case, I'd really like to go back and try to get to know like my past relatives. Like, where do I come from? If I come, I don't know, from a royal family, do I own a castle? Or am I just like a farmer? Or a part of the feudalism group? Or my past relatives are just, I don't know, like a little Indian tribe? Or who knows? That's what I really like to know, like to get to know my past, get to know where I come from, but from a like a real point of view, not just like some not proven stuff.
Okay, I will say that I would like to, for example, know all history important facts that are like unknown. For example, if it's true that Hitler died in his bunker, or that if Jesus exists or something like that. It's very interesting, but at the same time tricky because we don't know if it's true or false. That this will be a very good idea to see if that is true. Also, I would like to correct all my mistakes that I made in the past. For example, I was broke my arm in a stupid accident, and I would like to replace that. That will be a very good thing for me.
Well, those are very interesting answers. I think like both of you have some certain specific thing to know, so it's pretty interesting for me and the audience to know more about like you.
And well, I see that time's running out. So I'd say that's all for today. Thank you for coming, Dr. Andres. It was a pleasure having you.
Thank you for inviting me.
And well, everyone, thank you for tuning in, and goodbye, everybody.